Hey, welcome back. The first step in identifying manipulation is to watch and name the behavior. It will be difficult to disregard your skepticism because skilled manipulators thrive on causing confusion. When meeting someone for the first time, it might be difficult to tell if they are manipulating. Unfortunately, you don't usually become aware of someone's selfishness until you've become too engaged in their lives to be able to just leave. To sway and exert control over others, manipulators employ psychological deception and emotional exploitation. To achieve their goals, they desire to be in a position of power and influence over others. Your weaknesses are known to those who exploit you, and they will be used against you. You may be dealing with emotional manipulation if someone frequently makes you feel emotionally spent, uneasy, afraid, or dubious about your own needs, thoughts, and feelings. Look for these 7 signs of manipulation in a relationship and trust your gut when it comes to identifying what is happening. 1. Blaming language. Every instance of manipulation in a relationship directs the thoughts and actions of the target. Language continues to be one of the most effective methods to plant the seeds of doubt, regardless of the purpose. When someone accuses them of not being their ideal selves, most individuals pause and reflect because blame is personal. At that point, you begin to doubt yourself and wonder if your partner is to blame. Imagine being subjected to words like, "You're overreacting, you're imagining things, and you wouldn't question me if you loved me all day long." Any reasonable individual would start to give in and comply with the speaker's demands. 2. Blackmail. Another crucial type of deception in relationships is emotional blackmail. To achieve their goals, people use sarcasm or the silent treatment. They might even agree to perform a task that you intend to use as a negotiating chip later on. In her book Emotional Blackmail, psychotherapist Forward went a step farther and identified what she called fog, fear, obligation, and guilt. In essence, blackmailers want something from you and will use your feelings as leverage to put pressure on you to cave. These manipulation techniques may be subtle, but they are unquestionably on the list of signs of manipulation in relationships. 3. Gaslighting. This scenario is comparable to repackaging the truth, with the exception that gaslighting causes you to lose yourself and your capacity to distinguish between what is true and what isn't. Basically, you start to think you're crazy. There are several methods to trick someone into believing they're crazy, according to research on gaslighting. These include downplaying occurrences, shifting the subject, blaming shortcomings, and withholding information. These are all situations where relationships may be manipulated. 4. Threats of separation. According to study, we experience fear because we are unable to foretell what might occur. Fear constantly boiling up in the back of your mind, making this a potent tool for subtle manipulation techniques. Therefore, you might not initially believe it when your partner threatens to leave you, take the children, or the house. However, it starts to appear in your dreams, your anxiety increases, and you start to exhibit manipulative behaviors. 5. Constant drama. Drama is typically the focus of manipulation in relationships. As a result, you may find that your partner has broad opinions or preconceptions about you. For instance, "No one does it like you," or "You're the only one who knows how to accomplish this." Threatening you with suicide is the worst form of manipulation. The worst aspect is that you're not sure, which makes it often just another strategy. However, you must also take care of yourself. It is therefore acceptable to contact a professional in those situations, such as the local suicide hotline. 6. Using anger and intimidation. The most effective method for influencing and managing others is through their emotions. Most people want to believe that they make judgments based on logic and reason. But we also require feelings. In addition, a lot of us aren't taught how to control our emotions, making us vulnerable. This study demonstrates that despite not experiencing emotions, psychopaths comprehend the power of emotions to persuade people to act in a certain way. Because they force us to pause and freeze. Anger and intimidation are excellent instances of manipulation in interpersonal interactions. We want to take every precaution possible to keep ourselves safe. The manipulator therefore prevails. 7. Play the victim. Examples of manipulation in interpersonal interactions center on power. What better means of achieving it than through appealing to empathy? You are more likely to obey someone you feel sorry for, Yes, they are making use of your good character against you. This isn't unexpected because the finest manipulators are narcissists and psychopaths, neither of which can experience empathy. They still have enough knowledge of how people behave to take advantage of you. If you like and enjoy this video, kindly like, share, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more notifications.